Hello students, welcome to Online Study for You, one-step solution for all your placement needs. So students, TCS NQT result has been announced and many of you are having interview tomorrow only. So we have prepared this video for sharing interview experience of different branch. In previous videos also, today only we have uploaded interview experience videos of CSC branch and other branch as well. And we have also uploaded video on common mistakes which one should avoid. So in this video, we'll be covering interview experience of some of our students of ECE and EE branch. So firstly, I'll be covering for ECE student. So please be in this video. And after that, I'll be sharing details of EE students. So without wasting much time, let's move ahead. So before starting, I would like to share with you some basic details about how the interview goes. So the total duration is 20 to 35 minutes. It means maximum if they'll be asking so much in deep or they'll be more interested in the communication. So, or in the conversation. So it will be max 30, 35 minutes, or at the minimum, it will be 20 minutes. Although in Infosys or Capgemini, it was like 10 to 15 minutes also, but in TCS, it's not like very less, because they at least means, although the questions will be easy, but they will ask means good questions, or you can say many questions. So the second tips, or you can say details, check your basics. Although I've said that they will be asking many questions, mean you could expect 8 to 10 questions apart from the HR questions, but still everything will be from basics. Suppose even you have not written or not you have written or not written about OOPS, but if it will be asked, the questions will be only what is OOPS, why is it used, the four major things about OOPS, that is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, right? And the fourth one, and what is the difference between abstraction and encapsulation, why we use these things. So if you want some premium material for this, so we have also uploaded this in our website, whose link is given in description. Also, when I'll be finishing with explaining EC interview experience, I'll be also taking you through how to check that video, right? That material. Then must know something about every important subject. So if taking example of a CSC student, the important subjects would be data structures, database management system, software engineering, computer networks, right? Then operating system. So similarly for EC and EEE students also, you know that what are the important subjects. So you must know something about every important subject. Although you have written some subjects of interest or subjects you are good at in your CV, but still you can expect some things from other subjects. But if something will be asked apart from your CV you have mentioned, then that will be very basic. Okay, suppose if there is a CSC student, he has not written operating system. So if something will be asked from operating system, it would be like, what is operating system, what is its functionality, what are types of operating system, only this much in depth, not in so much depth. Okay, then take time for replying to questions from HR or situational questions. So in HR or situational question, they are only checking how what's your behavior is, what you are actually about, your means your personality and those things. So is it okay? It is okay to take time for replying. Means not like that you are sitting blank for 15 to 20 seconds, but yes, you can take about 4 to 5 seconds so that you can make up what you are replying. Suppose they ask that you are introvert or extrovert, so you will be like, okay, I won't say introvert. I would yes, obviously I would say extrovert. So what you can do that instead, just within a second or within a half second, you speaking that yes, I am extrovert. You can utilize that 4 to 5 seconds of designing or thinking about what possible questions which he can ask from this my after reply. Suppose you replied just in half a second, you said extrovert, then he asked you that in what way you are extrovert, or please give me some example, and then you are blank for 5 to 10 seconds. But how you can optimum solution would be that when he asks introvert or extrovert, you take 4 to 5 seconds, although you know that you will be replying extrovert, but these 4 to 5 seconds you use to replying that what will the questions which he might ask related to these questions. And then again, when he will ask again, you take 4 to 5 seconds. So neither it will look bad, and then you can also get much time to get to the perfect answer or what should be the good reply. One more important thing you should be already knowing about it. There is, for some of the situational questions or some questions, there is there is never a perfect reply. Suppose if asked that one of your team members is not going good and you are a team leader, what would you do? So there can be plenty of answers, plenty of good answers, bad answers, and there is no correct answer for this. right? You can say that I will directly complain to project manager, or you can say that I will have a chat with him, and then I will say that what can I do, or you will say that okay, if he is in problem, then I will do his work. Means different kind of answer would be there, and there would be no clear answer, but they might ask that why you will do so. So please reply in only that way which you have made in your mind, not like what you have read from internet or somewhere, because then only you can really tell that how you thought about it and why you are saying so. Okay, so let's start. So just some two important tips, that CV can't be updated or uploaded. We don't know about this time because interviews are actually starting from the like tomorrow only. But according to the experience of our previous year students, the CV was they were unable to update or upload the CV during the interview. Means suppose that you are having some correction, you have filled something wrong, so I would suggest you to please prepare it in that way only, because it's not, I don't think it would be possible this time also that you upload your CV in an updated manner, because then they will ask also that what you have updated. So then you might get in some fix that how did you upload it, and means and CV with so much errors in the first attempt. Okay, then be ready with some of your ID. Means what I will suggest you, please do have your college ID, that's mandatory. And in addition to that, have a something like Aadhaar, driving license, voter ID, passport, something. Okay. So in technical, sometimes they ask, and in HR, there is a high chance that they will ask to show your ID or something. So only for that reason. Okay. So now starting with the interview experience of ECE students, right? So I've just copied it in the way he sent me that he sent us that what were the things like. So I'm just telling you in that way only, because you will understand it in more familiar way. So in technical round, basic introductory questions. Introductory questions means tell me about yourself, your family, your hobby. Okay, like these things, what you like most, these things. So I hope you have already prepared. If you have not prepared, what I am thinking is that if you are having interview tomorrow, or not tomorrow, if in some time, so what I am thinking that creating some videos on some like important questions, like tell me about yourself, or where you see yourself in 5 years from now. These are questions which are means as 90% of times these are asked in interview. So what I was thinking is that creating a video on these questions, specifically on these questions, to help you out. But I'm in a fix that should I make or not. So please comment down if you acquire those videos, and of which questions do you need an answer, because the answer should be also precise. It should not be like you're telling completely, you're telling your school name, your address, these things. It should be precise. So that's why please comment it down that which question answers video do you want. So I will create that also. Then coming to this video, then seeing my resume asked, seeing the resume of the student, the interviewer asked that why there is a decrease in percentage from 10th, 12th to degree, right? So it is, I believe, in the case of you also, in most of students, it is the case, and in degree they are having lowest percentage compared to 10th and 12th. And in 12th also most have a percentage lesser than 10th, means highest in 10th. Okay. So what you can say that one of the answer could be that because of your growing interest in some extracurricular activities or like these things, then you can say that due to my participation in some extracurricular activities, or due to these things, these are the reasons. And but you should already be prepared at what extracurricular activities, or you have done that thing, how much you have done that thing, what was the level of your participation in some contest or just random participation. So you have to ready with those things also, if you are saying something, if you are making up something like this. Okay, then which language are you comfortable in? I answered Java. So and these are common things that they will ask what language you are comfortable in. You can say your preferred language, but then you can see what the next question is. They asked it, are you sure, shall I ask questions on Java? So it is just because he is a student from ECE, not computer science. So that's why he is just checking out that when I ask this question, that if I say are you sure I am going to ask question on Java, is it, what does the face of the student says, or the student gets a little bit the morale goes down of the students. Okay, the student gets immotivated. So this question only for that. So you have to stick with whatever you have written. See, and if you have written wrong, then it would surely be getting you in trouble. But you have written like C, even if you have written only C language, you have not written Java, C++, or Python, something. Just be confident on those things. If they ask, you say that I am comfortable in C language. Okay. Then you can see that one question, only one question related to Java asked. Although he like, let me just take marker. Yes. So although he behaved like that, are you sure I will ask questions on Java? He behaved like he will be asking something very deep or something difficult from Java. But what did he ask? The basic thing. Because in Java, when it comes about Java, it comes about OOPS. And in OOPS, there are only 4 major things. And one of the thing is data encapsulation. So this is, I would say that this was easy. If someone has written Java and question asked on encapsulation. Okay. Then questions revolved around favorite language and programming basics. So questions on project, the project you have made, the possible questions would be that like firstly the project name, what does this project do, what unique have you done in this project, what is your motivation, means what was the reason, and what is your objective, your scope, right? And then what is what is your role in this project, means whatever you have done, you were a team leader or team member. It is always good to say team member if you are not actually a team leader. Even if you are team leader and you have not worked as a team leader, because in most of cases what is that, although they are team leader but their project has not actually begun. See, if you are team leader and you are currently working on project, then you are knowing about what are the difficulties you face managing team members, or what are the problems that arise in project also, that you have chosen something but then unable to do that thing. So when questions will be asked to that, it will be easier for you to reply. But if, although if you are a team leader but your project has not started, you have not started working, you are not known about the drawbacks or what are the problems that may arise, and then you will feel difficulty, and then you have to make lie, means you have to tell a lie, and then you might get caught. So this is what I will suggest you. Then aptitude questions, yes. See, when most of interviews are like from CS or IT background, means they have also done their graduation or something, they are expertise in CSIT. But when they face a student from ECE and these, okay, so they are in a fix, like they have to ask question from a specific branch also. They can't ask questions more on CSIT. So means they are not having so much of questions. In that case, they will ask some random things, and one of those things will be checking your analytical skills or aptitude level. So that's why you can see here some aptitude questions asked. Aptitude questions can even be, they can even ask that please tell me square of this number, or please tell me is this number is prime or not, is this even or not, or one is a prime number or not. Okay, so means just checking you, are you confident enough or not, because I don't think that it would be any problem to you telling that what is even or odd, or what is prime, or these things. Okay, then oops concepts. Oops concepts, this students has written, you can say here Java. If Java is written, oops concept is asking, and I believe that from oops concept to an ECE student, very basic things would be asked, why oops and abstraction, what is encapsulation. So it was easy. Then some tricky questions. So this is the most common question in every company when you are from an ECE and going to an IT industry company. That why are you coming for IT from your branch? So see, there could be two types of answer. I will tell you that what would be the best one. There, the first answer would be like, the first type of reply would be like you saying that okay sir, from starting like from 10 to 12, I was having, my elder brother was working in IT company, and I was having so much interest, but then due to my parents or something, I took this EC branch, but then still I'm having like interest. So first answer would be like this. But second, the better answer would be, because you must not be like that you are complaining someone about these thing, or okay. So the second way is more better. What you can say that, okay, in the first year I took this as branch, because you can, yes, you can tell here that my brother or someone was doing in that, so I was very confident in this. But then when in first year I got to know, means because in first year we have all the subjects, means we are taught all the subjects from every branch. Okay, so when I learned about C language, and I had like growing interest in that, so then although I was still studying in my branch as well, but I still started learning about computer programming concepts. These things I also participated in some college level programming concept, sorry, programming contest also. So you can frame things like this, right? Then many branch related questions you can expect this. I'm not going to tell you here because I am also not very expertise in your ECE branch, but branch related questions you can easily understand that how different ECE from CSE, or what does ECE means. Okay. And tell me something about your college, what's good about your college, about or some of your subjects, what is your favorite subjects, right? What is subjects in this semester of your branch, these questions. Then what is your rank in your class, be honest. So you can tell it honestly, no problem, because they are hiring 10,000 to 12,000 students. So they are not like they are hiring only top 20 or top 30. And your rank has nothing to do with your expertise, what you have to show in the company. What is your dream company? Be honest. Here, don't try to be honest. So what I will suggest you here, that suppose you are giving it for TCS, so don't say like means if you are talking about dream companies, then you don't tell about a company like, now you don't say name like Infosys, Cognizant, like Wipro or these things. If they ask you dream company, you can say that okay, Google or Microsoft something, but you are not. You can say that why you are interested in some of their product or something, or any other thing. Or you can say also like from childhood you were very interested in those things, that's why only. And you can say that yes, I'm from EC branch, I'm not that expertise or these things. This could be one type of reply, and other could be different. What would be the different one? I'm also not having the exact the possible or the best reply for this, so please comment it down, so that the best, I will pin up the best reply, so that other candidates also get benefit. Then branch specific questions, AM, this modulations, FM, okay, PM, and types of other modulations, okay, from EC branch. And what is volt? So see what I was telling you, you can see that here also, since he is most probably from CSC branch, he's not known much about, but still he remembers something, because he also had EC as one of subject in the course, like he also read about DLD. CSC student also read DLD, right? So that's why you can see here that this modulation question he asked. Then what is VoLTE? Because this is something not related to, because this is in 4G VoLTE we are using these days. That's why he asked this, because it is common. It's not required that he learned it, then only he is asking, and he will just check you what is your replying, and it is analog or digital. He's asking some basic things. HR situational questions. If you're given an opportunity, yes, before starting this, I would like to add here also, let's see what you learned here, that he is asking some things which a general person will ask to an ECE guy if he is not known about that branch. So apart from your like core subjects you have learned or these things, please read about in this manner also, that what a non-ECE guy will ask something from you, like VoLT here. Okay. Then HR and situational questions. I told you to please take time. If you're given an opportunity, will you be a team player or individual contributor? Answer would be already team player, right? Although in many cases an individual contribution will be better, but when you are going in that company, and there you have to work in a team only. So with respect to that, because what he will be also expecting, you must say team player and some reason, 1 or 2 line reason. Then questions about TCS. Sorry, here it is written CTS. Questions about TCS, like what do you know about TCS and these things? How many employees, branches? Although they did not actually ask, but I'm not sure that it was asked, because they don't ask about tell about employee branches. They are simply like, please tell me something about TCS. And then what productive have you learned in these 7 months, means in this lockdown period. So this is also one of the most common HR question, most common. Please reply to it. In my previous video also I've included reply to this question. You can see here, this is actually asked somewhere. So means it was not asked to this guy actually, because this is from previous year, but I have myself added this question here because this is very important. So you must reply in two ways, not means adding two things. You can say what productive you did. It means they want to know about what new things you have learned or how you utilize this. So you can reply it in adding two things, one in technical and one in extracurricular, right? In first way you can say like I brushed up my DBMS skills, I brushed up my Java skills, my Python skills. And second way you can say that is in something like in extracurricular activity. You can also say that I was involved in I'm a member of this and this club of my college, and I was involved in some of the events which were organized to create awareness about this coronavirus, right? So it would be very, very fine.
We have released a PDF materials, so you can go to our website. The link will be given in the description as well. And PDF material you have to select, and then you can see comprehensive interview material for TCS NQT 2021 for all stream student. Okay, you can see we have the basic programming question, interview experience, HR experiences. Okay, so these interview experiences are very, very important. So 16 pages we have included almost 10 to 15 interview experience. Then mechanical engineering question, electrical engineering question, operating system questions, tips and strategies, coding questions, DBMS and RDBMS questions and answer, and OSI model, SDLC, TCP, IP. So these are the important things which we have covered, and the total number of pages is 77 plus. So friends, do not wait, get the material today, prepare well for your examination, and I know you will be definitely you are definitely going to get selected in the examination.
Okay, so now coming to the interview experience of triple E student. Okay, so I won't waste much time. I've already shared the basic details, important tips. I will just starting with the questions this guy faced. So basic programming concepts, questions of basic programming concepts. So initially the brief intro, we all know it will be asked, tell me about yourself, give me a brief intro. Then bubble sort algorithm. Okay, so in bubble sort algorithm, I don't think it was asked to him to actually write down, because if that would be the case, he would have written it. So bubble sort algorithm, you can tell that how it happens that we have to swap variables as we go forward. And yes, it could be also asked that what is complexity, you would say O of n square. Then it will be asked how this complexity can be means optimized, or this complexity can be reduced to O of n. Then you can say we can use a flag variable. After each iteration, we will use a flag variable to check that if any change has happened in last iteration. If no change has happened, it means that array is now sorted. So instead of, suppose there are five elements in the array, so instead of having 4 to 5 iterations, we will stop at first or second iteration if all the elements are already sorted in and there was no swapping in previous iteration. So you can say using flag variable, we can optimize the complexity of bubble sort. Swap 2 variables without using third variable. So swap 2 variables without using third variable. I believe that this was asked to him to code down, because they won't be asked verbally, because the answer would be a equals to a plus b, b equals to b minus a equals to a minus b. You can check it on internet or in some of our videos also. I hope that we have discussed it. So this is very easy. Means I hope you are known about how to take input, how to take output, and that main algo would be a equals to a plus b, where a and b both are two numbers. A equals to a plus b, b equals to b minus a equals to a minus b. I'm not sure because I'm also telling verbally, but it's something like that. You can check on internet also. Then aptitude question, the similar, you know why the reason why aptitude question being asked. Sorry for the spelling, I missed the T here in questions. So you have to cut cake into 8 pieces, but only 3 cuts. These type of questions, I won't say that you please check answer for this question, because to you, obviously something different will be asked. What I will suggest you here, please take time. You can take here, because I said for HR question, you can take 5 seconds, but this question is actually something like which will take time to think and reply. You can take around 10 seconds, or you can say that, yes, sir, I'm thinking. Those things you can say, and you can take time 10 to 12 seconds. Means you can be blank, no problem, for 10 to 12 seconds, no conversation. Then see, you might not having answer, but you can propose 2 to 3 approaches. If you know that you are not knowing the answer, but you must tell 2 to 3 approaches, so it would level everything if even you have not replied. Then TSD question, TSD here I means time, speed, distance, aptitude questions, or they can ask about something like square root or something. So it won't be like very difficult. Means they won't be asking like very difficult thing like a bird is flying in opposite direction, train is going in different direction. Means not like complex questions, not anything from like HC Verma or something from physics, right? Then C language basics, dangling pointer. This is, I believe that this student must have told that C is his language. So that's what dangling pointer. Local and global variables, very basic, and void pointer. So we have included all these things. I mean, these are very common. Means most of common things we have included in our premium material, about which I just told you. So I would suggest you to please buy that, because I myself means I have checked that all these things, verified this, but and it's having almost everything. You can ask something even to your faculty. You can ask what are the important questions. You can take from it. Then you can check in our premium material. It is there. Everything is there. So it is something like 101% thing, right? Then branch specific. So then the interview came to branch specific. Then inquire what is meant by yellow color and blue color. Again, you can see that these type of questions asked. It means the person is not from this branch, but he is asking these things. Then magnetic coupling. I don't know how he remembers till so old, even being a CSC guy interviewer. Types of microprocessor. To triple E guys, microprocessor is a very means common question they will be asking. Microprocessor, type of microprocessors. Then I think there is something like pin, 15 pin, the 16 pin, 32, 33 pin, that thing. See, what then did he ask microprocessor, then suddenly asked preprocessor, which has meaning with C language, hash include studio.H, their preprocessor. So suddenly means things changed. So you have to be smart also, means you have to be, means you should not be like, if okay, if he started asking about magnetic coupling, microprocessor, so he'll be asking, means my questions only. Suddenly he asked preprocessor from C. So this was very good. Okay, and finally, the last question was, do you have any question? So most of students what do, they deliberately means forcefully they ask something that, yes sir, please tell me what was please tell me some feedback, what I can improve. See, it is not required. But I will suggest you, if your interview was not good, please ask a question so that you have at least some good conversation with the interviewer. If the interview went well, say, oh, no sir, I don't have any question. But if he insists again, no, please ask if you have, I think you have or something. If you say like this, then do ask any questions, and you can be pre-prepared about it, what you should ask or something. Or you can simply say then no if it does not insist and your interview went well. If it was not well, then you can ask some questions so that at least at the end you have some good conversation and all is well that ends well. So I hope that you like this video. Please comment down if you because I asked you that, please tell me if you need video on specific questions, like how to reply to tell me about yourself, or how to reply to where do you see yourself in 5 years, these questions. Please comment out that if you need some those videos, and about which questions you actually need video, because I'll be creating video on each question separately, 5 to 6 minutes video. So thank you so much. I hope you liked this video. You got to know so much knowledge about what the expected questions could be. Please share it with your friends. Okay, and we'll meet in our next video. Till then, keep learning.